Being the kind-hearted boy, she was very pleased and gently stroked his forehead. At that moment, a flash of green lightning seemed to flicker in the boy's eyes. The boy, puzzled, returned to his car. Unexpectedly, as he merely twisted the car window handle, it was unexpectedly torn off.
Det ble jo meldt fint vær hele dagen, men...
As soon as he finished speaking, it began to pour with rain. The mother looked at her son with a puzzled expression. On his way home from school, he saw a classmate's bicycle had been tampered with and the wheel was bent. To everyone's surprise, he straightened the rim with his bare hands. Previously, he had been nearsighted with a prescription of 1,000 degrees, but now his vision had returned to normal. When the principal called him in for a talk, he suggested that the principal close the window. The blind dog barked incessantly at him. He went to a classmate's house for dinner, and his classmate invited him to go see the glaciers on the mountain on Saturday, with the option of paragliding back home from the summit. Monet agreed readily. When he got home and was about to help his mother with some chores, he saw a hammer with a mark on it and felt as if it was calling out to him. His mother quickly snatched the hammer away. That day, he went mountain climbing with his classmate. Monet, who never exercised, felt an unusual strength in his legs that day. When they arrived at a bridge, they noticed a warning sign prohibiting passage. Monet jumped right over it. At that moment, he suddenly received a text message from his brother, urging him to hurry home. To make matters worse, his phone died at this critical moment. Monet had no choice but to bid his classmate farewell and run down the mountain as fast as he could. When he finally reached home, he found his mother tidying up the curtains. It turned out that the text message was just a prank from his brother. So, he decided to go back and continue climbing with his classmate. Meanwhile, his classmate had already reached the summit. There, she discovered a cave. Driven by curiosity, she ventured inside. Deep within the cave, she found an iron door that was locked. This place turned out to be the site of an old experiment. However, this might have been her most regrettable discovery. Monet, who was on his way up the mountain, happened to see his classmate starting to paraglide down. At that moment, he felt a sense of unease. Suddenly, the classmate's paraglider went out of control and headed straight for the high-voltage power lines. Then, all that could be seen was a burst of electric sparks. Monet rushed over, only to find that his classmate had stopped breathing. Heartbroken, he walked home in the heavy rain. Upon reaching his doorstep, he picked up the hammer from the ground and threw it into the sky. The sky immediately filled with thunder and lightning. With a roar of anger, the entire village was plunged into darkness. It was then that he suddenly realized that the hammer he had thrown seemed to have flown several kilometers away.